Hey guys, Jim here. I want to run through a quick video on Renko bars, what they are, and kind of give you a definition, and also talk a little bit about why we use Renko bars. All right, so let's get started. All right, so kind of a definition of Renko bars in just a quick short right here is the gold bars inside the safe. I think Renko bars are way underutilized. They're a fantastic tool in keeping out of chop, and they're by themselves a complete indicator. So why is that? Well, let's talk about how they work, and that's going to be important for you to understand why they actually can help you keep out of chop. Renko bars themselves have a predetermined brick size, and let's get my felt tip up here as well. So we have a predetermined brick size based on each bar, and that's used to determine when new bricks are added to the chart. If your prices move more than the brick size above the top, so your brick size plus an additional brick that's invisible, and we'll go through that in a chart in a minute, then a new brick is added in the next chart column. Hollow bricks are added if prices are rising, and solid bricks are added if prices are dropping. Now, some platforms will use hollow on both sides, just different colors, but same basic tendency. Only one type of brick can be added per time period, so you can't have an up and a down brick on the same vertical axis. Bricks are always with their corners touching, and no more than one brick may occupy each chart column. All right, it's important to note that prices may exceed the top or bottom of the current brick. Again, new bricks are only added when prices completely fill the brick. For example, for a 5-point chart or 5-point brick, if prices rise from 49 to 54, the hollow brick that goes from 40 to 50 is added, but the chart is added to the chart, but the hollow brick that goes from 50 to 55 is not added. So the 51 to 54 does not show up on the chart after the fact. You'll see it real time, but once that brick turns back around, that amount of data goes away. It's not on the chart anymore. The Renko chart will give you an impression, again, that prices stopped at 50. It's also important to remember that Renko charts may not change for several time periods. Prices have to rise or fall significantly in order for bricks to be added. Let's take a look at a chart, and this may shed some light on this. If we look at our bricks here, we notice that our bricks are going up, then you get a brick down. Well, what happened in this area? All right, we know if a bar closes up, this bar closed up, that the next one opens at the same level. All right, so where's the data in between here? Well, it's not there. It shows at the time. You'll see this data fluctuate back and forth at the time, but when this bar then goes down and closes at the same brick size as this brick to the downside, all that data goes away and off the chart, giving you a nice clean looking chart. All right, so here's an example. Here's an up bar right here, top and bottom. This bar would have to travel all the way up one full size up to here in order for the next bar to be printed at that corner up top here. That didn't happen. Now, what you don't know looking back on the chart is where it was at in here. We don't know if it went up 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks. We don't know where that bar went up. And these are 4 Renko, so it actually would have been 3 ticks at most before it turned back around. Okay, now that's 2 things. If you understand why that's good, it's a phenomenal feature to have. It'll keep you out of a lot of whipsaws. All right, your tails are not printed. Now, in order for this bar to print to the downside, okay, it's got to close all the way down here, which is exactly what happened. So this data initially, all right, that goes between here and here is just fluctuating back and forth on the chart. Your bar doesn't move. You're not doing anything till the bar closes. All right, you're avoiding all that whipsaws that you might get with a traditional style bar. Now, when the bar finally closes on one side or the other, you have something that you can do. Now, let's go to the next area. We'll look at this one again. I'll try to explain it one more time. Again, here's a bar, top of the bar, bottom of the bar. We know that the bar previously closed. This bar opens up and closes up here. Now, here's the thing. This bar will not close till it reaches this level. That means all the prices in here you're going to see, But if this bar were to turn around and go down before that level was closed and equal the bottom of this bar, all right, you'd wind up with another red bar down here on the bottom side. Okay? In this particular case, that didn't happen. It went up the full amount, bar closes, opens up a new bar, which then has to repeat the same process. Either it goes up and fills the entire bar to close, or it sits there and fluctuates between these 2 points, and if it doesn't close up, then maybe it goes down enough to close to the downside if it fills the entire bar. All right, and that process keeps going. Now, here's the top of the area. We don't know how far this bar went up, but we know it didn't go up four ticks. We know it was 3 ticks or less because the bar didn't close. Okay, and so finally, while it's floating someplace around within this area, okay, up and down, finally it goes down far enough for the bar to close. And that's how that process works. This should give you a good understanding of Renko bars. Hopefully I've explained it well enough that you guys have it. It's a pretty simple process. The benefits to the Renko bars are the fact that they will keep you out of chop. You don't get all those tails. You don't get all of those whipsaws. Go and look at your charts. They're clean and they're beautiful. You must trade and set your stops on the close of a bar. Multiples of the Renko bar, or you're not going to understand what's going on. So I know if I enter, let's say for example up here, and I want to stop, put a stop loss in, I'm not going to put it at 8 ticks typically. I'll put it down here at 12 ticks. That way I don't get stopped out what looks like open air. All right, that bar must close down in order to stop me out. Or I'll put it at 8 ticks, which is a little bit close in Renko bars in this particular case, but you get the idea. So stops and targets should be at multiples of the Renko bars, at least while you're getting used to them anyway. Okay?